I'm Kevin Coleman after the Chillicothe Tree Commission meeting with Bill Bonner, the head of Chillicothe Parks. And I wanted to ask you about something I saw apparently the day they were planted. There's a row of magnolia trees behind the former ball field at CHS along Back Road. What can you tell us about those?
Well, we started looking at that when we put a memorial tree up for Roger Crago about 2.5 weeks ago. And we just kind of decided what we wanted to do, and we looked there, and our chairman, Jim Sly, said that would be a great row for those 9 magnolias we have, and they fit in there perfect. And I think as time goes by, those magnolias, as they mature, are going to look really nice on that back section of Back Road out there behind where the old ball field used to be.
I heard that they flower a little late, so our Ohio springs may not ruin the flowers.
That's the hope. That is the hope. You know, with climate change and global warming and all these different things, it's been somewhat hard to predict. But we're hoping that we don't get the magnolias to come out early, then killed by an early frost.
But these flower more in June?
No, a little bit before that. No, before that. I'd say more late April, May.
Okay. And there's also a row that have been planted on the first 2 blocks of Church Street?
Yes, those are doing really well. They are probably about 4 to 5 years old right now. Look very nice. The Church Street. We've planted 4 blocks in neighborhoods. We had a nice Church Street planting, nice Vine Street planting. Then we had a Madison Street planting and an East 4th Street planting, and they all turned out really well. Probably close to 60 or 70 total trees when it's all said and done, and it's really nice for these neighborhoods to get these trees in there. Along with the 9 magnolias out on Yoctangee on the Chillicothe property, we put an additional 12 trees. Most of those Japanese pagodas, but we put 3 water oaks up. So those are going to do well. And we have 1 Shermard oak that was planted as a memorial tree for Roger Crago, longtime teacher, coach, superintendent here at Chillicothe City Schools.
Okay. And the tree commission is always planting trees and looking for places in the public right of way?
Oh yeah, always planting trees, always looking, to make things better. Right now we have 91 planted this fiscal year, with another 25 scheduled to go in before May. That's about when we wrap up our spring planting, is early May. Then we'll sit back and see how things go and start our fall planting late September, early October. So put another 100 trees in then.
Yeah, you want to plant when the trees are dormant.
Right. And we're not going to, have such harsh conditions like last summer. It was obviously a terrible summer. But, so we don't plant in summer just because it gets so hot and dry sometimes.
Coming up is Arbor Day.
Arbor Day, yeah. Oh yes, a great program. We've had it going on here for quite some time. This year there'll be about 200 4th graders from Chillicothe City Schools down there, and they go through different stations and get to see tree removals, get to plant a tree, get to learn some things about trees and the environment. It's a great program. Then we also they're afforded a lunch, so it goes really well.
And that's a program between the city and Chillicothe City Schools.
Cities and the schools, yes.
So it's more an educational experience for the kids?
Definitely an educational experience for the kids.
Not as much for the public?
It's basically for the kids. If bystanders want to come by and see what's going on, they're more than welcome. But it's geared for 4th graders.
It was mentioned that there's a big tree near the bandstand that will be a demonstration.
That's the tree they're going to remove. That'll be removable by Aspen. They've always been nice enough to come in and remove the tree, and the students really get a big kick out of watching the tree come down.
All right. And then after that is a revived tosser.
Our revived tosser is still in the final plans. We're really happy here at Chillicothe. The tosser is going to be a hub. I think if people remember back, it's always been a 2-day event, Columbus to Portsmouth, Portsmouth to Columbus, 100 miles each way. This year it's going to be a different format. So I really can't nail it down exactly what they're going to be, but Chillicothe is going to be the hub and should be a real nice event. Similar to those who might remember Goba a few years ago. Similar to that, but not quite exactly the same.
And that will be mid-May?
That'll be mid-May. That's right. I believe it's Mother's Day weekend, which May 11th, 12th.
The traditional date for it.
The traditional day for it, yes.
Okay. Any other thoughts on tree commission or having?
Just always, our tree commissioner does such a great job. We'll been recognized again as a tree city. They're doing a great job. I can't say enough good about them, and I appreciate all their efforts.
And how is the Parks Department dealing with the plans for Yoctangee Park?
Well, we're thrilled. I mean, this is great. This is great. Well, we will kind of in a wait and see situation, and we will supplement everything that needs to be supplemented once the work from the grant is complete. Anything that needs to be supplemented, we will apply for some other grants, and we'll do some other in-house spending, and anything that needs to be supplemented when it's over with, we'll get it done.
I see that you're putting in curbing along Back Road, the parking area.
This is great. That has been something for myself, just growing up with it. It was never a big issue until our mayor, Luke Feeney, pointed it out. It's kind of been a pet peeve for him. And then once he pointed it out to me, I kind of, there's always been a huge puddle and maybe a mini lake that was just always stagnant water right there forever. I go back when I was a kid, back into even the 60s and probably beyond that. It was just, and then once I figured out why it was never fixed, because the contour of that land is very difficult to drain. So it was a big project. It's going to be, I'm just ballparking here, about a $200,000 project. Thank goodness we're going to have about $90,000 worth of grant to help pay for it. I will be very excited when that's finished.
So did they put in sumps to drain the water?
They put in dry wells.
Okay. And so it'll be prettified with the concrete curbing and look a lot like maybe the pump house parking area.
Yeah, very similar. The pump house never had the drainage problem that we had, or that we had over there on Balmer. But that's a very good correlation, the pump house to what we're doing at Balmer. Yeah.
How can people learn more about Chillicothe Parks and what you do?
Hey, more on the website. We do that. I got a great staff that updates that. And if anyone ever has a question, we're all accessible. You can come down and see us. You can email us. You can text us. We love to hear from the people, and it's really nice. It's really nice to get that opportunity.
Now, where are your offices currently?
Mm-hmm. It's right here in this building, 35 South Paint.
Okay, so, but your operations are out of the park, the pool building?
Our operations are out of the Riverside building for now.
You mean at Mulberry?
Mulberry, yeah, the corner of Riverside and Mulberry.
But that will change soon.
It will change. I don't know how soon, but yes, to the Pepsi building, partial, and there'll be some logistics issues with the Pepsi building, and we'll work a few other things out.
Okay, but your main offices will remain here.
Yes, my main office will remain here on Main Street. Yes.
All right. Well, I asked you a lot more questions than I said I would.
Hey, it's great to get a chance to talk and see you guys. Appreciate your time.
All right, Bill Bonner with Chillicothe Parks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin.
And actually, how can people learn more about the Tree Commission?
Well, I mean, all our meetings are every Tuesday, or the third Tuesday of every month, right here. They're always open to the public, and
although sometimes in the park shelter house?
Sometimes in nice weather, yes, we like to get out into the park shelter house. And the Parks and Rec website updates tree commission information also. So anyone has any questions about it, we'd like to hear from them.
All right, Bill Bonner, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin.